Hello and welcome to another edition of Droppin Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. As always, brought to you by the lovely folks over at Star City Games, bringing you the best in trading card needs. All right, today we are going to be playing a little historic here. I wanted to bring Azorius God-Pharaoh's gift to the program here. This is brought to us by Piper Powell, who took 7th place at the Kaldheim Championship Qualifier number 2 this last weekend. And this deck just hits me in all the nostalgia here. This is a deck that was dominant in Standard, and Historic is a much different beast that has a high power level compared to Standard at the time. But knowing that this deck made a top 8, it's got to at least be somewhat good. So I decided to give it a shot. Remember, all of these Kaldheim Championship qualifiers are running throughout January, the next one being this weekend. So if you want to play, get yourself into one of these top 8s, maybe get yourself into one of these Droppin Bombs after you top 8 one of these events, go on over to starcitygames.com and check out information on that. But without any further ado, let's play round number 1. All right, and welcome to round number 1 here with Azorius God-Pharaoh's gift, a deck that has just been so close to my heart for so long. It's nice to be able to try it out in Historic again and just see if it's good. So on the play, definitely love that. Okay, Season Hollowblade, one of the new additions that allows us to discard God-Pharaoh's gift and creatures, as well as Skyclave to help remove hate and stuff. Up against Gigantha, so we gotta think that this is Jun's Sacrifice. Regardless, a fine hand. Season Hollowblade, not necessarily good against a Mayhem Devil deck that can just ping you down. This could be Rakdos Sack too. Rakdos Sacrifice has been doing quite well lately. Alright, oh man, I miss this deck. Champion of Wits is just one of my favorite cards of all time. Oh, that's not an ideal draw. Okay. And we'll say go. No need to discard anything right now. Oh, is it that colorless deck? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right, we would love a land to be able to apparition that. No! I guess that's the second best. Just because, you know, we can refurbish God-Pharaoh's gift whenever we get the draw, but that's 2 turns away now, and I don't feel great about it. Would have loved to hit that on curve here. Or that. Dang, they are ramping quickly. Okay, there we go. Now at least we can shut down something. I think we have to take Hedron Archive. Could play Champion of Wits to guarantee that we get to God-Pharaoh's next turn. I just think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 mana is not that big of a deal. 7 is pretty scary if they're going to Ugin me or something. So yeah, let's take care of this Hedron. And then if we get a land, great. If we don't, then we play Champion and we're another turn behind. But I think we were behind enough with missing our land drop that we have to just kind of get a little lucky and just naturally draw a 4th land here. Golos. Okay. This is fine. Now I think we're going to discard at end step because I'd like to be able to attack into this if I want to. Might not attack into it anyways, but... Alright, so now we're going to discard the gift. God, do we discard Champion instead of Angel? Probably not. Angel seems to be like a 2-turn clock with help from the creatures. So yeah, we're going to discard this. And worst case, if we want to God-Pharaoh's gift back the Champion, we can just discard that too. No! No! Okay, alright. I guess we'll play Champion of Wits. Now it feels kind of bad discarding those cards, but we were aiming for the ceiling here. I think we just discard 2 gifts. Okay. Play a temple. Yeah, a little odd play with how it worked out. I think we can keep this for the after refurbish turn. Sure. Then we're just going to say go. Pretty slow, underwhelming draw on our part. But I still stand by the keep. You know, we had a decent amount of the tools. So now they can 5, 6, 7, yeah, exactly. Just activate Golos. Which is fine. I mean, of course, they could just destroy us with this. Oh, okay, never mind. We're dead. Okay. Ugin. Ugin is quite good. But we can gift here. We can gift here and take down Ugin, though, so not the absolute worst. Refurbish. All right, we'll get this. Now, just a 4-4, or should we get some servos? Servos don't seem like a bad plan to me. Might just be best to just pump this up, though. Like, 2 servos. Yeah, I'm just going to pump this up. Attack Ugin. Now they can just keep Golosing, of course, which is going to be a problem. But, you know, they'll brick eventually, hopefully. And we don't really have good ways to deal with Golos, to be honest. Okay. I see how it is. We're dead. We are straight dead. Even if we were to draw like another refurbish here, yeah, we can't beat that. Okay. Game number 1 to the colorless deck. I normally kind of just thought this deck was more of a meme, but it looked pretty good there when we missed land drops and stuff like that. But okay, what don't we want against the colorless deck? Yeah, do we have any really good ways to deal with Golos? Not really. The 5-drop plan is always, you know, it's kind of the dilemma that we run into in standard with like blue-white blink decks is Apparition, Glass Casket, you know, only hit up to 4, you know, respectfully. Negate seems fine. Teferi seems okay. Season of Hollowblade is just okay as well. Maybe we just get rid of that. Yeah, I think I like that. Get a little bit of permission in here as well as a Teferi to be able to tuck Golos, tuck a Hedron Archive. We mostly want it for the tuck ability. All right. God, I still love that Historic. It's just such a wide open environment right now that you can really do whatever you want. You can really do whatever you want. I would like to play first. All right, this hand looks great. You know, just having the early game is the most important stuff. The Angels, perfectly fine. Now we just need to find, you know, still some combo pieces, but for now, this is a totally reasonable hand. Even just charting the course just to draw 2 next turn, attack with the Minister, might be something we're totally happy to do here. Okay, I think so. So if we play this land, we chart, we go up to 6 cards, or we could strategic planning. I think I want to just draw 2 cards here. Okay. And now we'll start milling ourselves and strategic planning. Basically, you know, you get that free God-Pharaoh's gift into the yard if we can find that. And then all we're doing is just looking for refurbish. So let's start by strategic planning. There's refurbish. Let's take it. And now we're trying to find good old God-Pharaoh's gift. We're going to target ourselves now because I want a Temple of Enlightened. Refurbish number 2. I don't think I want that. And let's say that was a God-Pharaoh's gift that we'd find on top. We get to set a stop at upkeep and mill ourselves. So now we're going to have 3 looks at God-Pharaoh's gift into the yard. And then we can just refurbish. That's the dream, of course. Meanwhile, they're not doing anything too exciting. Their deck is a lot of setup on the first few turns, just like ours. Ooh, no land drop is pretty big. All right. Show me big money. 1, 2. Yay! We're good. We're good. Refurbish. Bang. Okay. That's so good for us because we have Skyclaves in there too. I think all I want to be doing is just disrupting them for now. So we're going to Skyclave away. They're both pretty similar. Might as well take Mind Stone. Just deprive them of resources. And attack. Hiya! Your go. Yeah, this is going to work out well for us. Next turn we could champion. Okay. I don't think that shuts this down, right? Tormod's Crypt would. Yeah, that's just a one-time effect, though, so not too scared of that. And if they do it now, that's silly, because then we could put stuff into our graveyard, right? They have to do it with this ability on the stack. And that's why we're just going to go to combat right away. And then we can just Teferi. And then next turn, reset up for this stuff. Or just play Angel of Invention. That's an option as well. Regardless, we're going to be killing Karn. That's step number one. Okay. So we have targets right now. So I think we just go to combat. Yeah, I think that seems fine. I'd rather get a Teferi in play. Yep, no big deal. And I think we might actually just Teferi and tuck this idol. This Guardian idol here. All right. Make sure we kill Karn. Very important. All right. Here comes Teferi. Once again, we're just trying to deny them of resources. So we'll get this out of there. And we're wildly ahead this game. Ahead on the battlefield, ahead with the Planeswalker that matters, and then just Gift being a constant, just terrifying thing to stare across from, even without a graveyard right now, because this deck is just full of ways to put cards into the graveyard. Okay. Mind Stone, probably draw a card with Tome. They know it's on top, though. We know it's not a land. Okay, so we'll start by drawing a card. Okay, that was a great draw. So let's start by, we already have the card, so we don't have to strategic plan first. I think we discard one of our 4 Angel of Inventions. What do you say? Strategic planning. For Skyclave? Yeah, sure. I guess if we didn't get that, we could have brought back Skyclave. So yeah, that was probably wrong. But it doesn't really matter here. Okay, so let's get... Let's see, 6, 11, 12, 13. It's not lethal, so we're going to make some tokens. Hiya! 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 Untap and pass. Just 4 Angel of Invention. Let's go. Ooh. Okay, okay. Not too big of a deal. We do want to be able to get a creature into the yard, and I guess we can't do that right now, so that's not great. Let's see what we draw. Okay. So... yeah, I think we're just gonna present lethal again. Let's just make more tokens. We don't have anything for this. Beatdowns. They got 4 life as well, so we're not, too close to lethal. And Minister, and we'll pass. GL. Untap some lands. Don't have our negates or anything. I would guess they need another extinction event. And yeah, I don't even think that was going to be enough. So GG there. I can't see really wanting any of these cards here. I think we pretty much have every card we would like to draw in our main deck. Seasoned Hollowblade being, and Mystical Dispute being the only ones I'd consider. But Mystical Dispute, especially on the draw, when it is just a 3-mana mana leak, much worse. On the play, we'd consider it, and I did, but I still just didn't think it was worth it. I'd rather just be doing our game plan, and then negate's just good either way, so we'll just submit it back. All right. Game number 3 of our first round of Droppin Baums with Blue-White Gift. On the draw against a ramp deck, so, you know, don't feel great about that, of course. But hey, this hand's beautiful. These blue-white decks just look like a thing of art to me. I don't know. I love Azorius decks. Okay. What you got? I got a Minister. Now we could do the same thing again and just kind of draw 2 cards next turn. We'll see. That's an option. Guardian. We're going to want to Skyclave that. All right, so now it's a tough choice. Chart would put us up to 7 cards, so we wouldn't have to discard or anything. But, you know, for the most part, we don't mind discarding. But right now, we don't have God-Pharaoh's Gift. We don't have anything like that. So I think I'm just going to start with strategic planning. There's our Refurbish. We're going to take that. Having another Skyclave, though, is pretty nice, but Refurbish is the name of the game. Actually, it's Magic the Gathering, but, you know what I mean. Okay, and we'll say go. Almost assuredly Skyclaving something next turn. Especially if they go like Hedron or Karn. I was thinking another Karn, but hey, that's still a good target as well. All right, we'll put the Tome into their hand. I don't want them to have Karn, so now I just have to get rid of this Karn. All right, let's try to find Gift. No such luck. All right, let's Skyclave. Then we'll just say go. Once again on a gift hunt. Now, worst case, we just get to champion here if we don't get the dream, which is draw an untapped land and flip over gift. That's pretty unlikely right now. That card's scary. All right, let's hit gift and draw land, please. Step 1, fail. Okay. Suppose we just want to champion here. But I'm scared. Okay, let's discard 2 cards. One being this. Maybe just both temples? No, because I guess we can play a land, so I'd rather play a temple than an Ifnu. Actually, I could play Minister and then still mill myself. Kind of like that. Just debating if I want to discard a champion. I think I do. Okay, so now we get the energy for this Minister. Then we're just gonna attack with this, and now we pretty much have to find it next turn if we want to be in this game. So we got 6 looks at it. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. But once again, if we can find, now we only have 3 looks though, essentially. Come on, hit it. Dang. Uh-oh. That's trouble. That is trouble. Well, I guess we start by charting. Lame. Yeah, sometimes you just don't find it. That is the problem with this style of deck, is just sometimes you do not find the cards. Yeah, and this isn't going to do me too much good. I mean, I guess my best draw is like strategic planning into putting it into the graveyard. Strategic planning or chart, of course. But yeah, this isn't looking good. This is a pretty quick clock. Okay. Yeah, we're getting to the point where I don't even think it's going to be enough. Because we don't even have an Angel of Invention in the yard. Alright, so we need a strategic planning into Angel of Invention, God-Pharaoh's Gift, and something else. And something else we actually want to take. No big deal. That should be easy, Droppin Baums fans. Okay, there's Gigantha. Okay. Yeah, we're just dead next turn. We're just dead already. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. Yeah, we could... Yeah, because even these can become creatures too. So, yeah, that's it. Good game. Good game. Bummer. Okay, 0-1 here so far with Blue-White God-Pharaoh's Gift. But the deck does show some promise whenever we draw the right half of it. But we saw right there, just all the God-Pharaoh's Gifts are on the lower half of the deck, and deck doesn't function. So a little brutal when it comes to that, but I still have faith for the rest of the Droppin Baums. So see you in round number 2. All right, round 2 with Azorius God-Pharaoh's Gift here on the draw. No companion, so could be really anything, but this hand's fine. You know, Minister to start the milling. We got our turn 2 card selection spell. Don't have the mana for Skyclave yet. That's my only kind of problem with this hand, but still good enough to keep. All right, what do we got? Black, red, huh? That was a great draw. So we'll slap the Minister down. Search is excellent in this deck. Not really for the flip, but it's just a ramp spell because you mill yourself so quickly. So it is going to be 6 cards here, so I can actually flip as Kanta next turn. I don't see why not. Okay, so let's do that. Setting an upkeep stop to make sure that we can do this at our upkeep. So this must be Rakdos Sacrifice, the deck that has been doing quite well lately. Okay, target ourselves. Now upkeep, target ourselves again. Before this ability goes off, very important. Because now we're going to want to put basically anything into the graveyard. So graveyard, transform, and draw. All right. Now, I mean, we could just search. Could just activate search for his Kanta. We did hit the God-Pharaoh's Gift. But I think I'd rather get a Minister down and strategic planning. I'll take Champion, though I'm not super pleased with it. Get another Minister. And we'll say go. So I believe we have the creatures that we really want in there as well. Not really, actually. There goes our Ministers. Not that big of a deal. Yeah, not great hits so far, so I actually don't mind playing Champion just to discard a couple of things. All right, take 4. They're popping off. But if we draw Refurbish, we're definitely still going to cast it. Okay. So we could just Angel here. I don't mind that. So then next turn we just cast our 2/3 drops. And Angel will likely die. So yeah, let's just do this. Let's make some servos. It's trying to be a little mana efficient on that play. Not necessarily the best play, but next turn being able to play a 5-drop this turn into 2 3-drops is quite strong. That's quite strong as well. Okay. Active Priest is quite scary. Meow. Okay, still no luck on this. So let's make sure and just tap blue here. All right, so I think I want to get rid of these two and then play Land Apparition. And then next turn we can go Chart a Course, hopefully hit Refurbish and Refurbish. Yeah, I think that's the best. All right, so now the question is what to hit. Priest and Mayhem Devil are equally terrifying. And both of them will probably kill the other thing. So in that case, I want to go for the lesser converted mana cost to give them only a 2/2 instead of a 3/3, I suppose. All right, now we just hope we don't die this turn, to be honest. Easily could happen. But once we get God-Pharaoh's Gift going on an Angel, you know, this game breaks open real quick. And then we just win by a mile, essentially. Okay, a Butcher. Down to 2 cards, though. They do have a castle, so they will have, you know, the longevity in that regard. Interesting. Okay. Makes sense. Get the 2/2. Another Priest. And I think I'm content taking the cat down here. We might need it. We might need it right now. Come on. Yeah, we can't survive the attack. Yeah, I think we're probably dead. What do you know? There it is. All right, if we can somehow live, next turn will be insane. But I kind of doubt it. Yeah, I can block here. Yeah, we're just dead. GG. Well, once again, just another story of not being able to find one of the pieces. You know, we do all the correct setup. We play to our outs and we just don't hit it. And it's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. Now, against normal sacrifice decks, I would definitely bring it in because they have Collected Company, Citadel, plus Cat. But here, they're just a beatdown deck. So I don't think I really want this. I think I'd be more inclined to bring in Authority, but even that's not good. Season Hollowblade's definitely the weak card against Mayhem Devil. Outside of that, I think I just like all the cards. That seems like the card that comes out a lot. It's really that, you know, probably 57th, 8th, and 9th, excuse me, 58th, 9th, and 60th card to add to the deck. Just as maybe even just a new toy to try it out. Maybe it's not even what we should end up on, but here we are. Okay, I can keep this. We got plenty of ways to flip over a God-Pharaoh's Gift. Once again, the setup is here. Let's just hope... oh. All right. All right, that's a thing. Guess we got Skyclaves, but... yeah, that's terrifying. Well, there's one. I think anything that isn't a Skyclave, we just have to get rid of. God. Oh, man. We're in trouble. We're just getting wrecked. All right, now we need to draw 2 Skyclaves. Okay. All right, we got a beatdown plan. We would have got there. All right, we just got to be the blue-white control deck. They do only have 1 land, so we'll see how we can do here, but... Okay. Yep. Okay. Guess we just go land go. I don't really want to wrath away just that. We're getting wrecked, y'all. We're getting absolutely wrecked. Oh, no. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it one more time. Okay. I'm going to attack. Okay. I think we just go land go. Mm-hmm. All right, we got a champion. Well, let's get rid of these. Hope maybe this angel can do us some good. Okay. Now at this point, we just basically have to hope for wrath. Double ley line. Ugh. Yeah, I forgot that's a hard piece of hate to deal with. Alright, so what if I played this? We have to go with tokens. And it's basically a double chump situation, yeah. So we just have to double chump and hope for a wrath? Ugh, it's so ugly. It's not a wrath, but same thing, it at least buys us time. Second best draw next to a wrath, at least. Okay, our hand is garbage, so that's okay. Yep. Well, if we can get a wrath, at least our board will be neutralized here. No attacks? That seems wrong. Okay. Hey, he could have just did that and attacked for 4. That seems silly to me. Mayhem Devil, eh? Well, I will block, and we'll pray for a Wrath of God. No, not bad, not bad. We could attack, I mean, we just have to have it, right? So we might as well attack first. Wrath, wrath, wrath. Ugh. Okay. Well, that might keep us alive. Definitely can't hit the ley line like I'd like to. Guess I just have to hit priest. They have so much food, though. So if I hit this, they sack these two. All right. Yeah, I think I like that. Ouch. Ouch. I guess I have to block here. Oh, that was just such a good... That had to have just shut us down here. Chandra with priest is so good. So very good. Yeah, even a wrath here and we're still dead, so... Lame. So close, but so far away. All right, well... That's not a good start for this week's Droppin Bombs, y'all, but hey, we gotta at least win this last one, right? I mean, so far, it has just been a story of... That's the only game where our opponent stopped us from doing something. Otherwise, our deck stopped us from doing something. So, let's hope in our third round, we can do something, okay? Stay tuned. All right, everyone. Round number 3 here with Azorius God-Pharaoh's Gift. And come on, we got to get on the board, huh? I don't know if I've ever 0-3 to Dropping Bombs, and I'd like to not start now. So, all right, we're going to keep nothing great here, but a nice aggressive hand, to be honest. And, you know, we can either choose, depending on the matchup, if we want to stay aggressive and just play Season Hollowblade into Season Hollowblade, or start trying to strategically plan. With Dimir, I tend to just want to beat him down here. I think we're going to start with this, see how it hits, and we'll turn to them. I put that land on the bottom just because we do not... You know, of course you need 4 mana with this deck, but we don't want to flood with this kind of hand, so I think it's completely fine to put that to the bottom. Okay. So, let's start with an attack. We gotta assume they could have basically any counter spell here. So I kind of want to play something that doesn't matter too much, like strategic planning. On turn 4 is when they have like their glimmers and stuff like that. So then it becomes a lot better to play a spell that matters then. I think I'll take champion here. All right, then we'll play a land and say go. We got lots to do here. Okay, nothing. So you got to think they have a counter spell, but they just didn't want to counter strategic planning, which isn't card advantage. It's actually card disadvantage. I think next turn seems like a play where we just play our best 2/2 drops to put them in a tough choice of which one to counter. And I think that'd be Season Hollowblade and Chart of Course. Wow, that's some high value on that card. Okay, so that changes everything. So I think I'd rather strategic planning and Season Hollowblade here. There's the refurbish. Okay, now we're just going to play this creature again, so we can kind of put him on the back foot, having to deal with this, and then we can refurbish. This is our holy grail now against the Dimir deck. Okay. All right, I don't think I want to cast it now. I'd rather just attack. Then we're just going to start drawing some cards. I'm going to start with a chart. I wouldn't mind getting a land so I could play champion. Sweet. Yeah, that's what we're going to do here. I just want to keep putting pressure on the battlefield so they feel inclined to deal with that. And then I refurbish. Okay. I think we're past the time of Minister and probably just this land. Just the cards we drew. They weren't very good. And we'll say go. Still only 4 cards in the yard. Now this is a good amount of pressure already, so they're going to feel pretty inclined to deal with this. A scry. One on top. Okay. It's pretty spicy. Eliminate. Okay. Okay, we get a nice little play here. Angel of Invention to boost this up to 4 to be able to hit that is pretty nice. Yeah, seems like a slam dunk play to me. I am going to make the tokens. Let's get this out of there. They were going to flip Escanta anyways here. And now we got to rebuild. Definitely don't want this. And we'll just say go. Main deck Ashiok, huh? Okay, keeping that card. Whoa, okay. So it's only 3 cards, not that big of a deal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do have 10 damage here, so if we can get an angel, we just win. Angel. No such luck. And we're just going to draw a bunch of cards then. Maybe we hit God-Pharaoh's Gift here. Nope. And I don't really love this. I kind of just want to hit a land here. Yeah, sure. All right, we'll strategically plan again. Don't think I want another land, so we'll just go with a Minister. Beatdowns. Chart a course to draw some cards. And we'll play a Minister. Yeah, I believe we do not have a target here for the creature, but we can just oh no, we do have a Skyclave. Okay. That's convenient. We have a pretty good spread of odd and even here. All right, all right. Got there. Are we going to finally win a match? Let's hope so. All right, so we'll bring in Disputes, we'll bring in Negates. I like to Fairy as well. None of these cards excite me. Skyclave Apparition, good against Search. Good against maybe if they have Leyline, so I think I kind of need to keep him in. Season Hollowblade is also pretty good, though. I think we can trim one of those. We could just take out Ministers. Let's do that. The game goes so long that, you know, you don't have to hustle out milling yourself with those. And it is probably the weakest card. Season Hollowblade is just a strong attacker against them. It's just really tough for them to deal with outside of Extinction Event. And discarding a card is not that big of a deal for us. So I think we're pretty happy to sideboard like this. All right, come on, y'all. I do not want to get 0-3'd on a Droppin Baums. That feels real bad. But I keep it real with y'all. I don't just show the wins. If we get beat, we get beat. I will keep. Sounds completely fine. Just draws us a bunch of cards with a little bit of disruption. I'm going to actually just play the untap, because if they search for his Kanta, I'll counter that. All right. I almost don't... Yeah, I'm not even going to cast that. I want to use that as a card advantage spell. Okay. Ooh, now we have a search. So champion or just play a search? Resolving a search against the blue-black deck is pretty powerful. So yeah, let's try this. Wow. Nothing. think I'll hang on to that one. Or one of Teferi. All right, now I think I'm just going to champion here. Our hand is pretty good, so we don't care too much if this gets countered. Yeah, just let that slide. So I don't really want to discard too much anyways. 6 spells in hand, huh? Let's put that in the graveyard. Let's try another champion. Now I just want to hit land drops. Could just discard Angel and Champion here. I think I like that. Put this into play tapped. I want to use this chart for just card advantage instead of just card selection. Pretty good. Yeah, let's put this on top. Now we got the Teferi here to just put that away. I like that. Let's get that ley line out of there. It's pretty strong. Let's graveyard that. I would rather have a land here for champion. Ooh, baby. Okay. Let's attack. Eternalize. Whoa, never seen that art. That was pretty sweet. Let's discard this, and how about just another champion? I guess maybe I should just hang on to that. We have 7 mana, right? I'm just so used to just discarding that for sure. But yeah, we're just going to eternalize the heck out of him here. I think we might actually get this, y'all. Okay. Ah, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Okay. Graveyard that. Alright, let's just attack this. Don't want to waste our Skyclave on it when we can just attack this down. So now let's chart. Okay, now we need the God-Pharaoh's Gift, of course. So let's go like this. And I'm actually going to play Ifnu, just in case they don't really do much. I can just Rivulet myself. All right, that allows us to flip, search, and maybe hit God-Pharaoh's Gift. No such luck on that. Okay. Graveyard that. Transform. All right. Let's do this. Get some servos. Beat downs, and now we got either Dispute or Azcanta. I think we're gonna finally win a round, y'all, Droppin Baums fans. Extinction event. How about we win the game? Yeah! Not getting swept today. All right, y'all, let's head over to the deck tech where I'm going to talk about the deck, talk about things I like, talk about things I didn't like, okay? We'll see you over there. All right, and welcome to the deck tech here with Azorius God-Pharaoh gift brought to us by, I want to make sure I get this name right, Piper Powell from the Kaldheim Championship Qualifier number 2 this last weekend. Made it to the top 8 and then proceeded to lose the first round. But all right, so let's talk about the deck here. First of all, big picture stuff. I know we went 1 and 2. That's not great, but I do feel like we ran into a little bit of variance where there were games when we were wildly ahead and just could not find whatever combo piece, the Refurbish or the God-Pharaoh's Gift, and lost because of it. Now, that is something that's going to happen for this deck, because there's really no way to control that kind of variance when you need two specific cards to combo, you know, Splinter Twin kind of stuff, but we don't have the shell around it. You are a Splinter Twin deck in a sense where you have to have Refurbish plus God-Pharaoh's Gift to be operating on such a high level. And on top of that, you add in another form of variance where you also have to have a creature into the graveyard. Now, we have plenty of ways to do that. Our whole deck is facilitating for that. But the big difference between a deck like this and a deck like Splinter Twin or Copycat Combo, two notoriously much more powerful combo decks, is that you got to just play a fair game and you did it well. You know, this, you're playing enablers that are not good cards. Strategic Planning, Minister, Chart a Course, Champion of Wits. All of these are not good cards. You know, Search for Azcanta is like the only card that can service as another good card outside of just helping the game plan. So that leads me to believe that this deck isn't quite up to snuff, personally, to be tier 1, just because there's too many moving pieces that have to happen, and hardcore hate cards like Leyline and Rest in Peace still just shut us down. You know, we lost one game to just 2 Leylines on turn 1, turn 0, or whatever. We just had no shot from there. So this leads me to believe that this is just not the deck that I want to be submitting for a professional level tournament. But that doesn't mean it's not fun, and it's not something that I want to play on the ladder and, you know, try to just get some wins, rank up here and there. But okay, let's talk about the deck. And this deck as a whole is something that you can't really change too many cards of. It honestly reminds me of a lot of like Esper Doom in Standard, where you just have to be playing X amount of cards because it helps to the game plan. And anytime you take those cards out, you just dilute the deck and make it worse. So this deck basically has to be made this way. A couple flex slots here, like Seasoned Hollowblade, if you want to put something else in. But outside of this, you just need these cards. So I'm not going to suggest any changes in the main deck right now moving forward. So, all right, first we'll talk the enablers. Minister of Inquiries, Chart a Course, Strategic Planning. These are what you want to start with. Trying to put God-Pharaoh's Gift into your graveyard, and then also simultaneously trying to help you find Refurbish to be able to get God-Pharaoh's Gift out. Well, backdoor trying to find a good creature to put into your graveyard to bring back with God-Pharaoh's Gift. The more I say that out loud, the more I'm like, wow, it makes sense how this deck, you know, we didn't crush with it this time. But, you know, when all that stuff happens, we're doing some of the most powerful things you can be doing in the format. So then we got Search for Azcanta, a great enabler, probably the best Search for Azcanta deck out there, because Minister into Search, you're flipping Search on turn 3, which is basically impossible in every other deck. Then we got Seasoned Hollowblade, a nice enabler to discard stuff you've already drawn. Let's say you have God-Pharaoh's Gift in your hand as well as Refurbish. You can just end step discard an Angel of Invention and God-Pharaoh's Gift and then Refurbish and still get to attack with Seasoned Hollowblade. It's also just a good creature to attack with. Skyclave Apparition is the only upgrade that this deck got since its dominant time in Standard, and it's a big one. This is a really good one. Now, this deck really would have been on point if we also had Teferi, Time Raveler here as well. That would put this over the top, because then that'd be 8 ways to deal with hate cards like Leyline. But that's banned, so no point in bringing it up. But Skyclave, excellent here. Not only at just playing something on turn 3 to stop you from dying, hits hate cards, but then also bringing it back with God-Pharaoh's Gift as a 4/4 is just awesome. It's just awesome. Champion of Wits, another enabler. And then Angel of Invention is your big payoff card to bring back. You bring it back with God-Pharaoh's Gift. You know, it becomes a 4/4 flyer that you can fabricate 2 on with haste. So all of a sudden, turn 4, the dream is to refurbish back God-Pharaoh's Gift and attack for 6 lifelink. And any aggro deck pretty much can't keep up with that kind of pressure. Other control decks and stuff, they can take a hit and then deal with the cards or whatever, but that's the core of the deck. I like the mana base. Seemed pretty smooth to me. Wasn't really missing a color too often, so I don't think I would touch that. Then let's talk about the sideboard. Authority of the Councils and Grafdigger's Cage. Authority comes in against like Mono Red Burn as well as Goblins. And then Grafdigger's Cage is for Goblins for Muxus, as well as Jun's Sacrifice for Collected Company and Bolus's Citadel, as well as Marvel. It's great against Marvel as well. And it doesn't affect our deck. Grafdigger's Cage and God-Pharaoh's Gift are actually a combo. They work well together because you do bring back the token, not the creature itself. So you can bring in all the cages you want, and it doesn't disrupt our game plan, which Cage sometimes does in other decks. 2 Negate, 2 Mystical Disputes, any kind of control deck, any kind of combo deck as well. The Neo Storm decks, Dimir Control, Soul Tie is pretty good up against as well. Wrath of Gods, any creature matchups, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Any aggro decks. And then 1 Teferi. I was really happy with Teferi. We drew it often, and it was almost always good. So that's a card that I would actually add more of. Maybe trim 1 Grafdigger's Cage, and maybe even 1 Authority to add 2 more Teferis. I think that'd be the only change I'd make, just because that kind of plan B game plan. It's also good against hate cards, as well as just good at drawing cards when let's say they just go all ley lines, and where they're not really pressuring us, where if we just drop, a very powerful 5-mana Planeswalker, that's usually good enough. So, all right, everybody, that's Blue-White God-Pharaoh's Gift. I hope you enjoyed on the ladder. Hopefully you do a little bit more winning than I did. 33%, not the absolute best, but that's going to do it for this week's Droppin Bombs after our sponsors. So, first up, we have Colorless Apparel. If you want to wear any of the nice Colorless shirts that I wear all the time on Dropping Bombs and Versus Live, go to colorlessapparel.shop. Use the gift code SCG to get yourself 10% off any of these shirts. As well as SCG Premium. For $7.99, you can gain access to all our writers and all our bonus content we have on the website. Go to starcitygames.com and sign up for Premium today. As well as our YouTube channel. You're watching it right now. Like, comment, subscribe. I always look at the comments to get feedback from all of y'all. Appreciate any shares that you guys ever do of retweeting my articles and stuff like that. Really appreciate it here on the YouTube channel for SCG. And the SCG Tour Online is going all the way until January 10th. And we got another one this weekend. The qualifiers start Friday, Saturday as well. And then we got our big tournament Sunday. And I think I finally get to play in this one. So hopefully we'll be seeing you on the digital streets. And then something new. We got our holiday sale number 3 here. Where for the next week up until the 30th, it is our Black Friday event, which is our heavily played sale. So any nice cards that you want that have been played with, but you know what, if you're just trying to game with them, as long as they're, intact, heavily played doesn't really matter. So a really cool sale going on right now that you can all check out. That's going to do it for me, y'all. We will see you next week for more Droppin' Bombs action. Peace.